Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya dialogues, the day the Pakistanis tell the truth. So one never knows what they're up to. But this is what the media is saying, that Russia is now asking for helicopter engines back from Pakistan, back from Egypt. These Palestinians, I'm telling you, if they deserve applause, it is for inventing the victim card. And nobody plays it. They show you their pain, Palestinians. Jai Hind friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya dialogues, English. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Mi-35, Mi-35 is a Russian helicopter, and as you know that the Russia and Ukraine war has been going on for more than a year and a half. And the first thing that happens in war, apart from devastation, apart from human casualty, is major attrition of weapon and weapon systems. Billions of dollars are spent on wars, and weapons have to be repaired, they have to be replaced, ammunition is spent, millions and hundreds of millions of dollars worth of ammunition is almost spent every day if it's a high intensity conflict. I can understand that what is happening in Russia and Ukraine, or between Russia and Ukraine, is something that would be draining the exchequer of both the countries. Yet both the countries are at war. And here, Russia, in spite of having a massive weapons manufacturing base. I mean, Russia is one of the largest weapons manufacturers in the world. And as per the reports of 2021-22, the Indian Army's equipment, 68% was Russian in origin. So that is the level of manufacturing. Yet, Russia has now started asking for equipment back from the countries to which, it had supplied equipment. Let us say this Mi-35 helicopter. Now, this helicopter has various roles. It can work as a transporter for troops. It can also be in an attack role. So it's a multi-purpose sort of a helicopter. 4 engines is what Russia has demanded from Pakistan. Egypt has said, we've got so many engines and we'll give you the engines, no problem. Russia is buying back equipment from the world. And this does not bode well for Russia because everything is blocked for Russia. And long-term impacts of the sanctions, I think now they are being felt. So initially, Russia was able to tide over it. But you must understand that when you block technology, when you block raw material, it becomes, in today's day and age, it becomes very difficult for a nation to function in isolation, ladies and gentlemen. And this is exactly what is hurting Russia right now. Pakistan says that we have not received any request from Russia, but the Pakistanis, the sun will rise from the west the day the Pakistanis tell the truth. So one never knows what they're up to. But this is what the media is saying, that Russia is now asking for helicopter engines back from Pakistan, back from Egypt. Egypt has said yes. Pakistan, as usual, it's not being transparent. It's saying we don't know, nobody has contacted us. And suddenly one fine day, you'll find that the Pakistanis say in a small terse press statement that we've already sent back 4 engines to Russia. The next news is that India has filed an appeal with Qatar over the death penalty to 8 former Indian Navy personnel who were arrested in August last year for reasons still not known. Now, Qatar says they were spies, and India said, where is the charge sheet? Where is the FIR? Where is the case presented in front of the judge? Nothing. They were spying for Israel. India asked Qatar, how? I'm sure you have some documentation. Please share with us. These are our nationals. Qatar does not have anything. So what India has done is, it has filed an appeal in court, and Mr. Arindam Bagchi, who's the spokesperson for the External Affairs Ministry, he said the judgment is confidential, has only been shared with the legal team. We are now pursuing further legal steps. We are in touch with the family of the 8 naval officers. If you remember, the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, met with their family in Delhi. We will continue to extend all possible legal and consular support. I don't know. They're saying that the judgment is confidential. But this normally happens in countries where there is no democracy. I mean, everything depends on one man. And whatever that man says is the law. Qatar is not a democracy. And whatever the Sheikh decides, that becomes the law. And the Sheikh has decided this now. India is pursuing it, and all of us are very confident that, Qatar is not going to put them to death. They cannot. We'll get those people back, but it'll take time. It will take perhaps months and months to get those 8 former naval personnel back to their homes in India. We have another news which is, that's so sad. I feel sad because people are being swindled here and people don't realize. Such is the hatred for Jews. Such is the hatred for Jews that people are willing to absorb loss, absorb lies, absorb propaganda, and yet this sanctioned hatred towards Jews is not coming to an end. This is a newspaper article, ladies and gentlemen, and this has been floating in the media and social media for quite some time. This says that the Hamas top 3 leaders are worth a staggering $11 billion. So, here's the news. Ismail Hania is worth $4 billion. He has no business, he has no firm, he has no factory, right? He doesn't manufacture anything. Ismail Hania is worth $4 billion US dollars. Musa Abu Mazrouk. Now, Mazrouk is slightly poor at $3 billion US dollars. So, Mazrouk is worth $3 billion. And then Khalid Mashal. Khalid Mashal became famous in India when the Solidarity Youth Movement in Kerala invited him for a talk and he sent a recorded message. And they played that recorded message and it was out in front of everybody. So this guy is worth $4 billion. They collect money from all over the world in the name of jihad, in the name of quote-unquote free Palestine. And where does that money go? Where does that money go? Where do they earn this money from? This is something that people should wake up to because it's been going on for a very, very long time. Hamas has an internal economy of $1 billion a year. Where are they earning this? It's a terror organization. Where does it get this money from? Who's funding Hamas? I mean, I'm sure Iran is not cutting a check of $1 billion every year and giving it. Iran can't afford to do that. While Iran has a lot of oil and Iran is oil rich, but Iran is also under severe sanctions from the West. There has been a slight let-up in the previous years, but you never know with the change of government in the United States of America. If a strong Republican leader comes and is elected, God help Iran, they're going to hammer Iran to the ground. So where does this money come from? It comes from donations across the world. It comes from a vast drug empire which is run by Hamas and Hezbollah. It comes from these sources. It comes from kidnapping. It comes from ransom money. It comes from extortion. It comes from contract killing. So this is a criminal enterprise. Essentially, Hamas has nothing to do with this so-called quote-unquote, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be, all that nonsense. It doesn't matter. Hamas, you see, all these leaders that I've mentioned, let me tell you again, because this is really interesting. Now, Ismail Hania is worth $4 billion. Musa Abu Marzouk is worth $3 billion. And Khalid Mashal is worth $4 billion. This is billion with a B. Not billion with a million with an M. This is billion with a B. You're talking about $4 billion US dollars per guy. One is 3 and 2 are $4 billion. And where do they live? Do they live in Gaza? Are they facing Israeli bombs and missiles? Or the Israeli infantry? Or the Israeli tanks? No. They lead a lavish lifestyle. They live in Doha and Qatar. They have palatial bungalows. They have servants. They have drivers. They have security. They do not travel commercial. They don't take commercial flights. They have their private jets. This is the level of luxury that the leadership of Hamas enjoys. And they don't care whether the Palestinians get electricity, they get clean drinking water, they get an education, healthcare. They don't care. Jihad is big business across the world, ladies and gentlemen. Jihad is one of the most successful businesses. That business model, I don't want to call it, I'm just saying that business model is so perfect that, you get a bunch of people to hate and then you take money for that hatred. That is what the jihad model is based on. You enjoy a luxurious life. You have palatial homes, you have servants, you have chauffeurs, you have luxurious cars, you have, private jets, you name it, and send other people to die. This is the jihad economy and it works very well for Hamas. Absolutely surprising, but it does, Now, head of Hamas's anti-tank missile unit has been eliminated, and his name was, I beg your pardon, he's no more, Ibrahim Abu Maghsib. He's the head of Hamas, or was the head of Hamas anti-tank missile unit in the Central Command Brigade, eliminated in a fighter jet strike based on ISA and IDF intelligence. So, what has happened is that they found out where this guy Ibrahim Abu Maghsib was. He was the head of Hamas's anti-tank missile unit. They found where he was living. They put a missile inside his house, and Ibrahim Abu Maghsib is no more. Probably vaporized. Nobody knows. And Maryam Abu Dhaka. Maryam Abu Dhaka, ladies and gentlemen, is a quote-unquote activist, whatever that means. And she is a member of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, another fraud organization. And she was on a tour, a speaking tour. She was she came in September, and she was spreading poison like these people usually do, because they have nothing constructive to share with people. And now she's being sent away. She's being asked to leave, and again she plays the victim card. These Palestinians, I'm telling you, if they deserve applause, it is for inventing the victim card, and nobody plays it. They show you their pain, Palestinians. They put it behind a glass, suitably lit. It's like a beautiful showroom, and they show you their pain. And this is exactly what this woman is doing. All of the Palestinians, they're like that. The victim card. Oh. We are supposed to die without even saying much, without expressing pain, Abu Dhaka said. Look at this. She has been put under house arrest, and she's currently being deported. Now, this Abu Dhaka woman, Maryam Abu Dhaka, why has she come to France? My question is this. I have 3 questions to ask. Number 1, why is she in France? France supports Israel. Why has she come to France to do all this? Second question is, why is she not doing this in an Arab Muslim country? Speaking tours and talking about Palestine. She'll get a lot of ground support there. Why is she not doing it there? And the third most important question is, this Abu Dhaka woman, right? Is she not using, and this is a question, is she not using the liberty, the democracy, the constitution of these Western countries? Isn't she doing that? So why is she doing it in France? She's doing it in France because she's allowed to do it in France. A Western country will say, welcome, you have freedom of speech. But in all these Arab countries, there is no freedom of speech. The Sheikh decides what your freedom is. So can Maryam Abu Dhaka do this in Saudi Arabia? And I'm sure the Saudi Arabia street, they support Palestine. The UAE street, they support Palestine. But can she go to Qatar? Qatar supports the Palestinian cause. And Qatar has been very vocal about the Palestinian cause. But can this woman, Maryam Abu Dhaka, actually go to Doha and make a speech in support of Palestine? Can she do that? She'll be jailed. She'll be put in prison, she'll be flogged, and all sorts of Sharia punishment on her. So, what these Palestinians are doing is, they are using Western liberal values, Western constitution, Western democracy against the people of the West. This is the game plan. To use your constitution, to use your freedoms to attack you. And when you say, why are you attacking us? Then you scream Islamophobia and say that you're racist. And you're against, Maryam Abu Dhaka says, we are supposed to die even without saying anything. This is the typical Palestinian victim card. Oh, are we supposed to die? No. Why, Maryam, why don't you go to Saudi Arabia? Why are you in France? Why in God's name are you in France? Why don't you go to Saudi Arabia and protest? Try. Try for 1 hour. You'll spend the rest of your miserable life in prison in Saudi Arabia. Just try it. Go to any country ruled by a sheikh or a sultan. Go to Jordan. Try this. No Muslim country has taken even one Palestinian, especially Muslim Arab country. Not one of them has taken one Palestinian because they know that these people are frauds. They know they are frauds. Kuwait gave them, safe harbor. when they got a smashing by the Israelis, Kuwait said, welcome, welcome, you're our Muslim brothers, please come. And you know what they did? They took Kuwait's money, they ate Kuwait's food, they took Kuwait's housing, they did everything that they took every single advantage of Kuwait. And when Kuwait was invaded by Saddam Hussein, these people sided with Saddam Hussein against Kuwait. Because Saddam was in touch with them and he said that, don't worry, I'll come over to Kuwait and I'll destroy everything and then you'll have a say. Palestinians were given support by the King of Jordan. I'm talking about 1970. They betrayed the King of Jordan after taking his money. Which is the reason why no Arab country is willing to let Palestinians in. Let's take Egypt, for example, okay? Egypt is classically North African. Not Arab, let's call them North African because geographically they are North Africa, Egypt. Egypt has said not one Palestinian will set his foot upon Israeli soil, not one. And Egypt shares a border with the so-called Palestine nonsense. Not one. The King of Jordan says, no, off with you. We don't want you. Get out. Why is this? And the Western countries say, oh, come, we love you. And then these people riot inside Western countries and they talk about imposition of Sharia. This is the core problem. And this woman, Maryam Abu Daka, is doing exactly that. What do you think Ilhan Omar does in America? That's her business. She uses American democracy, she uses American liberal values to wage war upon America while staying inside America and being a congresswoman. That's the game plan. Can she do it in an Arab country? Heaven forbid. Heaven forbid. And the last news of the day is that India to be added to UK safe states list. And what is this list? The UK government has tabled plans to add India to an expanded list of safe states, which would speed up the process of returning Indians who travel from the country illegally and rule out their chance of seeking asylum in Britain. Draft legislation laid in the House of Commons on Wednesday includes India and Georgia as the countries to be added to the list. The UK Home Office said the move is aimed at strengthening the country's immigration system and help prevent abuse by people making unfounded protection claims. Unfounded protection claims, right? You remember? Mr. Simranjeet Singh Mann, Member of Parliament, on record here. First of all, listen to what he said. Simranjeet Singh Mann, Member of Parliament.
Maan Sahab kol ek letter ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੰਦੇ ਪੱਕੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਕਿੰਨੀ ਕੀ ਏਜ ਚਾਹੀਏ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿੰਨੇ ਹੋ ਲੈਟਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਐਕਸਟ੍ਰੈਡੀਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਮੁਸੀਬਤ ਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਿੱਠੀ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਦਿੰਨੇ
ਹਾਂ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਪੱਕੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰੇ
ਕਿੰਨੇ ਕੁ ਬੰਦੇ ਇਹ ਜੇ ਪੱਕੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ
ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਗਿਣੇ ਪਰ ਇਹ 50,000 ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਹੋਣੇ
ਉਹਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਫੀਸ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ
ਫੀਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਚਲਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ
ਅੱਛਾ
Heard everything, ladies and gentlemen? This Member of Parliament of India was taking money for writing fraudulent. He has admitted on tape, he has taken money for writing fraudulent letters to various governments across the world saying that the bearer of this note is being tortured in India and he's a political activist and the government in Delhi does not like him because he opposes them, etc. All concocted stories. And today, Britain has said nothing doing, get out. India and Georgia have been put in that safe countries list where they're saying that, listen, yeah, India is absolutely safe. If you disagree with the center, that's okay. If you agree with the center, that's also okay. Nobody harasses you because you disagree with Prime Minister Modi or you disagree with the central government. It doesn't happen like that in India. So, now this is going to stop all these people who had these fake stories, especially these Khalistanis. This is a slap on the Khalistani face. This is a big, tight slap on Khalistan's face. Because all of them lied. They're not qualified to go anywhere. I mean, the only country that will accept Khalistanis' basis qualifications is probably Pakistan. Otherwise, no other self-respecting country will get them basis their qualifications and their work experience. No. So they have to play the victim card. They play a victim card saying that we are being, and they've never been victims. They just made up these stories because they wanted to go to Canada. And now UK says, I'm sorry, we'll deport you. You might say anything about Suella Braverman. People have radically different opinions about her. But the lady is not wrong. She's not wrong. She's absolutely right. And if she's keeping Britain's core interests at the center of her politics, what's wrong in that? That's her duty. She's a British citizen. She's a British minister. And that's her job. And she's doing her job. So please stop criticizing Suella Braverman. And every illegal immigrant should be sent back. There are lots of them in India. They should be sent back. From every country in the world. If you want to come to India, please take up citizenship, apply for citizenship, get it. You're welcome to come to India. But you know, whether it's Rohingyas or people from Bangladesh, etc., nobody should be allowed to come illegally to India. Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of this video. Now for questions and answers. Okay, the first thing is, there is no name. It's user WL6RG2LC6Q. Wow. Sir, please give your name, or ma'am, please give your name, because I don't know who you are. And, you know, I would love to know who you are and address your questions directly by taking your name. So kindly do that. My question for you, the manager of this channel, is how can we furthermore strengthen the relationship between Israelis and Indians? It's already very strong, and its basis shared values. Both the countries are victims of Islamist terror. And I think the relationship is only getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Those days are far gone when India used to be very tentative about its relationship with Israel. Those days are gone, yeah. Those days are dead. This is a new India. We're extremely excited about our relationship with Israel. And I personally, as an Indian citizen, you know, I would say fantastic. The way we are going with Israel, fantastic. We should go steps ahead again. The Thunderbolt. Hello, Mr. Thunderbolt. Jay and Major, do you think there should be more ex-military personnel in defense as well as foreign ministry instead of Babus? No, not ex-military. Not ex-military. We need to have serving officers in the defense ministry. Not in the foreign ministry? No. Because foreign ministry, if you have them in the foreign ministry, they're not qualified for the foreign ministry. So there is something called military diplomacy, and it's another sphere altogether. But Fauji's, you see, diplomacy is something else and fighting is something else. All right. So if you say, should Fauji's or ex-Fauji's or serving personnel be in Ministry of Foreign Affairs, some of them do go for deputation there, etc. But you know, they're not trained for diplomacy. Diplomacy is another story altogether. But in the defense ministry, most definitely they should be there in the Ministry of Defense. They should be there. Ladies and gentlemen, the last question is from Mahesh Kundrapu. Hello, Mahesh ji. Thank you for writing your name, because these other gentlemen or ladies, I don't know who they are, and I don't know who they are, but Mahesh ji, thank you for writing your name. My question is, when Israel war started, even opposition party members also joined hands and fight for Israel. If India have a war, does opposition join hands? Yeah. So I'll tell you what. You may or may not agree with the opposition, but traditionally what has happened in India is, whenever there is a war, a proper war, right, our parties come together. Generally that has been seen, our parties come together. During war, nobody then says that I'm from this party and I'm from that party. That I have not seen here. Even during the Kargil war, nobody said anything. You know, we have that Lakshman Rekha. So our people, our politicians do a lot of funny stuff. But when it actually comes to the country, most of them, I don't take any guarantee for the communists, by the way, okay? Because they've done some weird stuff in the past, during war, including saying that we will not give blood for Indian army. Nobody asked them for blood, but they were needlessly getting excited when we were fighting against China. So, I don't know about the communists. I'm not aware about communists, but but about others, I can say that the nation will stand together. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, forward this link to all your friends and family members, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata ki Jai.